Hey everyone, welcome to episode 246 of the All Dolphins podcast on Pi
On Pi?
314.
Oh, okay.
Pi Day 314, March 14th. Okay.
I,
All right.
I wouldn't
Well,
even know the purpose of pi. This
for the
year,
mathematical equation that
20 something years ago. What's the purpose of it again? How was I supposed to use it in the real world, by the way?
dude, you're asking me if you went to school 20 years ago, imagine how long ago it was when I went to
Yeah,
school.
yeah. I'm like, here's the thing about why they didn't teach us about like stocks or investments or
Cooking.
money management.
Cooking.
Oh, well, we learned about cooking. We had home ec.
You did? Well,
You didn't learn about cooking?
But you're right on every other one of those. Hell, teach kids, high schoolers to do taxes.
401k. Like,
401k.
teach me something important, like
Agreed.
pie. Like,
Great. Free agents evaluating.
when the last time I
free
used
agent
algebra?
evaluation.
Tell me when I used algebra.
I have no idea.
Damn it. When did I use calculus?
How about trig?
I never made it that far.
I love trig. Okay. Anyway, man, we are getting off the rails very quickly here. But
Teach me to manage the cap.
There you go. Free agency 101. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Dolphins making.
That is literally the only time I use math.
There you go for the cap. A lot of moves on this Thursday. Too many, and we're going to skip the history lesson again. Too many moves because I'm too lazy to look it up because I have to look up. I don't know off the top of my head who was the 46th pick or the 246th pick the Dolphins had.
I think we can retire it now. I don't
know. We'll see.
Right. Well,
we'll see. But for now, we will.
The comments. This is season 2. We create our own path now.
I did dive into a little history today when I did a story on alldolphins.com ranking Christian Wilkins on Dolphin all-time lists, including best defensive tackles, including most significant free agency departures, and top first-round picks of the 2010s. And I'm sure you can check it out on alldolphins.com. Omar is very slow on the button today, and I'm sure you'll agree with every single ranking from 1 to 10, all of them. Today was about more defense. There was one tight end added. More defense, and the signature move today was a signing of cornerback Kendall Fuller from the Washington Commanders. And Omar, I think you pissed off some people on social media. Why did you do that?
Listen, all I did was state what are supposedly the facts based on Pro Football Reference in terms of his statistics and performance. I'm a Kendall Fuller fan. Okay. I do believe he was on my man crush list many, many moons ago. He was in Xavier Howard's draft.
He was 2016.
I like him. I have a great deal of respect for him. Now, he struggled a bit. His whole team struggled a bit this past season. 9 touchdowns. Passer rating was in the Cater Kohu realm.
Oh, wow. You had to take a drive by at Cater. Poor Cater has nothing to do with this, and you just
and I like Cater too.
All like Cater is a good kid.
It's nothing personal, but I mean, his passer rating was 120.4. He allowed 68.8% of passes thrown his direction to be completed. 55 of 80 passes were completed when targeting him in his 15 games.
However,
I
need to jump in here because you were very, and I apologize for doing this, but you were very vociferous on social media.
Vociferous? What does that mean?
You were like very strong, aggressively expressing your disdain for PFF, based partly because, particularly when it comes to coverage, we don't know where the exact assignment was. We need to be fair and also say that Pro Football Reference, when they provide a opponent passer rating when targeted, how do they know for sure that who's the guy who's targeted and whether it was his responsibility or it was in a zone and he was covering for somebody else? So we need to be fair on that. So I think this is where we say take the PFF stuff with a grain of salt, take the Pro Football Reference thing to a point of salt, and again, more than anything else, trust what your eyes tell you. And I know against the Dolphins, he wasn't good. And the Dolphins were torching that secondary pretty much all game.
Now, in fairness, Kendall Fuller, they had traded away all of their pass rushers. No cornerback is going to be good when a quarterback has all day to throw the football. Nobody, not a single person, because a receiver can run and do double moves and just run to open spaces. So it's the worst situation any cornerback could ever be in. And more than likely, Dolphins cornerbacks are going to be in it this year. Unless Shaq Barrett comes to save the rescue. It is, numbers were not good. That people portrayed him as one of the top free agent cornerbacks in the NFL.
Yes, he was.
And okay, I would need to look at the film and do some sort of comparisons to see if that has merit to it. At this point, with the Dolphins signing guys left and right, I'm not in a position to do that. But what I did was just cite the statistics, and he had a down year. Now, obviously, people still believe that he's a good player, and Dolphins believe he's a good player. So we shall see.
And again, and I'm in the same boat as you, and I want to address a comment that was made on YouTube when I made the point yesterday of, like, when the Dolphins sign somebody, I reach out to my buddies around the league who cover the team, because right now I don't have time to watch the entire Washington season. And if I do Kendall Fuller highlights, well, guess what? All the highlights are going to be great plays. So so what I do is, again, I go from what I've seen myself and then get that feedback. And the feedback I got was very good on the ball, great awareness in terms of reading routes and all that, except that he's been in the league 8 years and he's lost a little bit of his fastball. Having said that, to me, you sign him, immediately becomes the second best cornerback on this roster.
Oh, without a doubt.
Okay.
Unless Cam Smith can outperform him, no question about it.
Correct.
My question is, $8 million a year. Is that the best allocation of $8 million a year at the cornerback position? And I'm okay if it is. I'm honestly okay if it is. I don't know that yet. I mean, I could look at the list of free agents that are available, that are there. According to the site that I look at, they have him rated as the fourth, which is Walter Football. They have him rated as the fourth best cornerback on the market, and I'm fine with that.
Who were the top three?
The top three were L'Jarius Sneed, Chide Owizi.
Yeah, that's a guy I like. But he signed with somebody already. I think he signed with Tennessee.
3 years, $36 million with the Tennessee Titans. Then Kendall Fuller, who is 29. Then Kenny Moore, who's 29. Then they've got Tre'Davious White, who's injured and he's not playing for a while. He's 29. They got Stephon Gilmore here, who's 33, as number 9, and Xavier Howard is number 10. Xavier is 31. And it's interesting that Xavier is 31, and he was in the same draft as Kendall Fuller, who is 29. So I'm not certain the direction that they're going to go, but I'm fine. I'm fine with this move. I'm fine. I'm personally fine with it. All I did was point out, I was just a messenger who pointed out everybody's telling you, oh, this is such a great signing. Well, he's coming off his worst season, which is probably why the Washington Commanders just felt like they can move on.
Correct. And this is where, again, we caution, because I think his Pro Football Focus grade was very, very high. And this is where, again, not just because Pro Football Focus says so.
No, that's football coverage today. Pro Football Focus said so it's the gospel.
Correct. They had him as the seventh highest graded cornerback in the NFL in 2023. And I don't know that reflects reality from those who actually saw him. And my dude in Washington who I talked to is telling me, like, may not necessarily be great in man coverage. I don't know what the plan is, whether they're going to be predominantly man or predominantly zone under Anthony Weaver. But again, considering what the Dolphins had at cornerback, there's no way you don't like this move. I think it's a good, solid move. And then the other thing,
probably just a 1-year deal with a team option for the second year. So I'm not really too concerned about the contract.
No, correct. Then the second biggest topic is the Dolphins continue to add dudes on the defensive line.
Dudes or bodies? Because my definition of dudes is a lot different than I think.
No. Notice I didn't say dudes.
No, you said dudes.
I know there's a difference. When
you
I
have
say,
to change the connotation of how you use dudes. If
absolutely.
you refer to somebody as a dude, as an athlete, he's a dude.
See, did you notice the emphasis on? I said dude. And if I say that guy is a dude, then that's a stud. If I just say dude, that's a body.
These are bodies, bro. These are bodies.
Man, that's harsh.
Bonito Jones, come on.
There are depth pieces. Bonito Jones, who obviously, if you're a Dolphin fan, you remember him from 2020, and this is interesting too. You don't?
I know the name.
Except, shame on you because you keep talking about how the Dolphins do such a good job of unherding rookie free agents. That's what Bonito Jones was out of Mississippi, and he made the team as a rookie, or got some games, played 6 games, wound up with Detroit, started 15 games in 2023 for a team that won the NFC North. And this is the part where a fact that I have to point out to, again, temper the expectations a little bit. Dolphins were able to sign him because the Lions did not extend a qualifying offer to Jones, who was a restricted free agent.
They didn't want to pay the $2.8 million.
Correct. For a guy who started
expensive,
but for a guy who started 15 games last year, they didn't want to devote 2.8 million, whatever the number was, just for the right of first refusal.
Correct. You make a very valid point, and I would just like to point out to you, the young tight end Jordy Fortson was also a restricted free agent, and he was not tendered by the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Dolphins guaranteed him $425,000 of his $1.2 million salary. And so this might be part of the strategy. I don't know how guys who did not get their restricted tenders factor into this compensatory pick formula, because that's what's ruling and governing the Dolphins.
They don't
factor in. Okay, so this might be part of their master strategy to have a zillion compensatory picks, feast on guys who didn't get a restricted tender. Because I looked at this roster and I didn't think it needed another tight end, but hey, clearly the Dolphins did. And Tyreek Hill supposedly likes both the Kendall Fuller signing and then the Fortson.
No,
signing.
really?
Yep.
Wow, really? Tyreek's going to cheerlead for the Dolphin moves? No way. Wow, new development. Okay, we got to hold on. We have to stop the podcast and write a story on this because this is breaking news, my friends. Tyreek Hill applauds Dolphin moves.
He'd like all Chris Greer apologies to be put underneath his mention of Chris Greer, because Chris Greer is going to save the day here in Miami.
With all due respect, yeah, Tyreek applauding the moves. Yeah, okay.
Hey, I don't have a problem with it. Who else is applauding the moves? If Tyreek's not going to applaud the moves, who will?
Tyreek loves life in Miami because they gave him the cash. They showed him the money. I don't have a problem with the move because, again, you're talking about it's overkill for receiving tight ends. And again, yes, I did this. I reached out to Buddy in Kansas City. Yes, I have friends. I know this may come as a shock to people over here.
Yes, you have friends? Yeah, pretty much.
Shocking, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, that hurts my feel. Okay, I'm sorry. He was very high. He was very high on Jordy Fortson and said that the issue with him in Kansas City was injuries.
Couldn't stay healthy.
Able to stay healthy, but he's a former wide receiver who was converted to tight end, likes the upside, and if the dude can stay healthy, this is a potential.
He's relatively light. I checked in. He's 230, and that's light in the tail. I mean, hell, Chase. What is that? Chase Claypool was bigger. Yeah. Remember that guy, Chase Claypool?
Yeah, he was a big dude.
Yeah. The what a vending machine? What Tyreek called him, the vending machine.
The vending machine. No, he was big, and when you see him on the field, ooh, big dude. But I have no problem because again, if it doesn't pan out, he's a bust in training camp. $425,000, whatever. I mean,
yeah, Steve Ross ain't
in the
crying.
world of the NFL, it's like big.
And I want to point this out. And I said it yesterday, and I truly do mean it. And for those who have followed me for years, they know I've never really been a big ticket free agent guy in terms of, oh, you got to go get the biggest, baddest name. You got to go make a player the highest paid player at his position. That's Steve Ross's way. I've always felt like if you get in there in the market, you can clean up the second and third tier market. While the first tier market is getting done, you could feast on the second tier market, and you can build a nice solid roster. And then while other teams shift and go to the second tier market, you could kill that third tier market of free agency. And in my opinion, based on what I'm looking at, it looks like that's what the Dolphins are doing. They had offers out at their guys like the Raekwon Davis and Andrew Van Ginkels. The minute that, and Christian Wilkins and the Robert Hunt, the minute that they realized they were out of play for those guys, they went to their second tier targets, locked them up, got them signed, and then moved on to their third tier targets. And I actually like what they've done. I think if you're going to really evaluate the roster, I think there's an upgrade at tight end with Jonnu Smith. There's a clear upgrade at safety with Poyer. I'm sorry, I'm not a Deshaun Elliott fan. Never been a Deshaun Elliott fan. And the only position that I'd tell you is a clear downgrade is defensive tackle. Yeah, you've added a lot of bodies, but Christian Wilkins got paid $24 million for a reason. He was a pretty good, reliable, consistent player. And you have not shown me anybody who can replace him yet. And that's kind of one of my few disappointments. Like, I'm sorry, as long as Eric Armstead is still out there, I'm backing up a Brinks. Nope.
I believe he's on the verge of signing with the Titans. Another Titans get.
Yeah. I'm backing up the Brinks truck. I'm making it as competitive. I'm sorry, because if you go sign him, there's nobody who could walk away from this saying, hey, the Dolphins took an L in free agency. Not that they care, not that they're competing in free agency, not that they're trying to win the offseason, which they usually are, but you've done all right to hold your own. I think you've upgraded even the linebacker position because Jordan Brooks is a little bit better than he brings something different to the equation that Jerome Baker didn't. Now, you'll lose some of what Jerome Baker brought, which was versatility, which was blitzing. I mean, Jerome Baker's got 20-something sacks in his – come on. Don't be disrespectful.
I understand that. I think Brooks is a slightly better player. And then if you tack on, I kind of like Anthony Walker as a complementary piece there. I think so. Those two, if you're going to do a trade of Jerome Baker for Jordan Brooks and Anthony Walker, yeah, I'll take.
Okay, I'm not arguing that. All I'm saying is that you might lose a little bit of the blitz element if you're trying to do this, the blitzing that you like, the
Brooks can blitz,
the jailbreak blitz. Everybody come in.
Brooks can blitz. I would also right now. Yes.
Let's see what his career numbers are.
Okay, I would also tell you there's been a downgrade on the interior of the offensive line. Which
I mean, hold on. Let me defend their work so far on that. Brooks has got 6.5 career sacks, 4.5 last year. So hey, that's a step in the right direction. Downgrade based on what they started the season with last year.
Of course.
But potentially an upgrade based on what they ended the season with. Think about it. Right now, think about what they ended the season with. Lester Cotton, Liam Eichenberg, Robert Jones.
If you want to look at it like that, sure.
I mean, that's what they ended the season with, and there's no guarantee Connor Williams is coming back.
No, I know that, but he was on the roster. Huh? No, I understand that. Correct. Yes.
I mean, right now you resign Kendall Lamb and you resign Isaiah Wynn. I'm good. I'm good to go. Liam Eichenberg's your right guard. Let him compete with Robert Hunt. Isaiah Wynn holds it down at left guard. Maybe you draft a backup. At 21, you draft a tackle, play him at left guard. I'm good to go. I'm ready to roll. I'm absolutely ready to roll. With Butch Barry as my lead dog, I'm ready to roll.
Okay. See, to me, and all hat tip to Butch Barry for great work he did. To me, again, I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. The offensive scheme alleviates a lot of pressure on the
Oh
offense.
yeah, you've given to us some props and praise. Okay,
No, I said the offensive scheme. I didn't say anything about Tua. I said the offensive.
I felt that to a compliment. I felt it in my soul.
There you
I
go.
felt that to a compliment in my soul.
There you go. Okay. Let's check the other moves the Dolphins made. So yeah, I mean, they've done okay. And I don't want to do a big picture on, and I don't want to do this every day.
Yeah, win loss.
Big picture on the off season and how they've done.
Did we talk about the signing of Deshaun Hand, re-signing of Deshaun Hand?
You switched. I was talking about Bonito Jones, and you switched immediately to Jordy Fortson, and we never got to give Deshaun Hand his props. Hand,
give Bonito and Deshaun their props because they're the new Christian Wilkins.
No, but I also think what you're going to see is a change of philosophy where the Dolphins relied heavily, like crazy, on Sealer and Wilkins last year with generally good results.
Mm-hmm.
Although I think somebody needs to do a breakdown at some point. I guess maybe I have to do it on whether late in games those two guys wore down because of the number of snaps they played, because they played a crap load of snaps. And maybe the idea is to spread it around a lot more, and this is why they're accumulating, to use your words, bodies, and then hoping also that one of those guys emerges, whether it be Deshaun Hand, Bonito Jones, Neville Gallimore, Isaiah Mack, Davian Nixon.
Look at you. Give you an award for knowing all those names.
Brandon Peely. I forgot Brandon Peely. So I would think the Dolphins, if I'm reading the tea leaves, want to get away from Zach Sealer playing 83% of the defensive snaps.
Okay. Until I see the defense, I have no idea what they're going to do. And
no, right. This is conjecture.
And neither does anybody else except for people. Hell, we asked Jordan Brooks what they're going to do, and he was just like, I don't know. We didn't discuss any of that. So not
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was about to say anything stick out to you from our conversations today. We had Zoom media sessions with Jordan Brooks and with Saran Neal.
Saran
was very energetic, and I mean he was good. Interesting.
You know what? And people are going to take offense to this. But it is just the truth. You could tell that Saran kind of felt or thought as a member of the Buffalo Bills that Miami lacked some toughness.
Mm-hmm.
And him and Jordan Poyer are going to bring that toughness here. Because he was like, Miami's a BS team. He didn't say that.
No, he didn't say that.
He did not say that. But you can read between the lines.
No, because I asked him point blank how it feels to go from the team that's been dominating the AFC East to a team that's trying to end that dominance. He also talked about how big reason he wound up coming to the Dolphins was his relationship with Danny Crossman, and this is where I'm sure the comments are going to be boo, boo.
Let that man live.
Sorry?
I said, let that man live. Let Danny Crossman live.
Yeah. But he is going to bring an athletic, aggressive, physical dimension to the special teams. Gunner, and he is a very good athlete. He can move. Jordan Brooks can move. So they're not speed additions and not necessarily it.
I think I don't know him. He's obviously had a Walt Aikens-esque career in the NFL. Primarily, he talked about his speed and athletic explosive ability, and you could tell that that's what's helped him become an effective gunner. Mac Hollins, Walt Aikens are in my Hall of Fame of gunners. Michael Thomas, so Hall of Fame of special teams players. If he's in that neighborhood, I'll definitely applaud the move. My hope is that he can also help this secondary because I'm sorry, there hasn't been a season where you haven't needed 5 cornerbacks to make it through the season in the history of me covering the Dolphins. You have needed 5 to make it through the season, every season. So at some point, we're going to need him to rely on him as a dime or a nickel or a boundary or an injury fill-in guy. But he talked about having a dog. Only people who have the dog talk about having a dog, just so you know. Those who do not have a dog do not talk about the dog.
I have 2 cats. Can I talk about cats?
No, you could talk. You could meow, but you cannot talk about cats.
Okay, and then he called his Jordan Poyer Po Dog. So
Yeah.
um,
And Poyer's without a doubt a dog.
sure.
I know it. I've known him. I've seen him. He's a dog. I've watched him train, and he's a dog. So, dogs bark, and he's a barker. Hopefully, he can still play.
Hopefully they bite too.
They do bite.
Okay.
Some dogs are trained not to bite. But you know, when the stranger comes to the door, you wouldn't know anything about that because you got cats. Dogs will be like ruff, 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 ruff. You don't know how scary I am till you walk in this house, till they open the door, but you're intimidated already. And that is absolutely what the Dolphins need. They got a lot of cats, no dogs.
Not if the game starts and the Dolphins are like, that's not gonna work. Sorry.
Dolphin, are you saying Dolphins are like one of those little toy dogs?
No, I would. No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm on record as saying that they lacked a grittiness, toughness element to their game last year, and that was going to always be an issue. And I don't think I'm sharing state secrets here. You mentioned Matt Collins. I should point out, become official. He will be joining the Buffalo Bills. Mike Gesicki official. Cincinnati Bengals. Devontae Parker official. Philadelphia Eagles. Dolphins did lose another free agent today. The aforementioned Deshaun Elliott signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Congratulations to him.
Where if he starts, it's gonna be an all former Dolphins safety tandem with him and Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Mm-hmm.
And also to point out, second straight year the Dolphins lose a UFA to the Steelers. Last year was Landon Roberts, who had a very good year with the Steelers.
Did he?
Oh, he did. He played very well for the Steelers. Yes, he did.
Landon's a good player.
Yeah, he's very solid. His last season with the Dolphins, I thought it was very good too. So Dolphins now have 16 remaining free agents. I'm going to run down the list and tell me if there's any of them who jump out to you as, oh, they should re-sign him. You ready?
Go for it.
And don't say Robbie Chosen. I know he's your dude, but okay.
Oh, come on.
All right, River Craycraft, Braxton Berrios, Chase Claypool, Cedric.
Hold on. You're going too fast.
River Craycraft.
Minimum contract. Go ahead.
Braxton or you can say very quickly, would we like to see him back?
Minimum contract. Go ahead.
And I think he's going to come back. Braxton Berrios.
Minimum contract.
I'd like to see an upgrade in terms of a returner with somebody, again, as I've said before, with home run ability. Wouldn't be down in the dumps if you resign. Chase Claypool.
Minimum contract.
You're going to say that to everybody? For everybody?
No. Some people I'll say no.
Okay.
I mean, it's going to be there. I'll give you a minimum with a $400,000 guarantee. Go ahead.
I think he's gone. Cedric Wilson Jr.
No.
Oh, okay. I think he's moving on too. Robbie Chosen.
Minimum contract.
I think
he's Tariq's buddy.
Is he?
Tariq. Oh yeah. Tariq needs his homeboy.
Tyler Croft.
Yeah, somebody to keep Tariq out of trouble.
Oh, I'm not touching that one.
Yeah.
Tyler, and I'm not going to even talk about the comedy club in Atlanta last weekend.
Oh my God!
Look it up if you want to.
Oh, I saw it.
I'm talking to the viewers.
Ridiculous.
But
I'm not even involved, and I get like my name gets drugged through the mud. But anyway, keep going.
Okay, Tyler Croft. Yeah, bye.
No, thank you.
He's gone. Isaiah Wynn. That's my comeback arms.
Yes.
At a reasonable price.
Yeah, they might wait till he's still rehabbing, so they got a little time on this. There's no competition. This might be a wait till after the draft situation with Isaiah Wynn.
Okay. Your good buddy Kendall Lamb.
Absolutely. 2 years, $6 million.
That works. Connor Williams, as we mentioned,
Connor Williams, yeah.
Situation.
We'll see how that plays out. We don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be a while, and it was a nasty ACL injury he sustained.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Harrison.
I don't even know who that is. Oh, the center.
He's the center who's cut like nobody's business.
Yeah. God damn it.
Omar's leaving us, so I'll go Oh, there we go. Oh, Omar, how are you, man?
Yeah.
Okay,
It was
sorry.
getting dark here. The sun was setting.
Melvin Ingram.
We can revisit that after the draft.
You can revisit that in July. Bruce
Yeah.
Irvin. Bruce Irvin, same deal, right?
Yeah, nah, I'm good. We can revisit that after the draft.
Justin Houston, same deal?
No.
Okay, not even. Calvin Munson.
Minimum. Key special teams guy.
There you go. Exactly. Same here. Justin Bethel.
Maybe special teams guy. I don't know.
Veteran minimum, maybe.
13 years, though.
That is true.
But maybe he's a good locker room guy.
I think he is, actually, yes. And then last but not least, a rather polarizing defensive player, Eli Apple.
No, I'm good.
No Apple.
No. Progress stopper.
Yeah, I would think he'd be gone as well.
We could revisit that in July, August.
No, now you look at it now, they have like a decent nucleus of cornerback with the addition of Fuller, because Fuller, Ramsey, Nick Needham, Kader Kohu.
Yeah, but Eli played ahead of all of those guys.
You know what?
Eli played ahead of all of those guys, and we're basically just saying, I just didn't see anything. Anyway, let me not.
Eli played ahead of those guys because Eli's an outside guy, and I think the Dolphins realized Kader is better in the slot, Nick Needham is better in the slot. And to me, again, that's 5 decent, solid cornerbacks, and you got the All-Pro with Jalen Ramsey. You got Kendall.
Did you mention Ethan Bonner? Or you just disrespected him?
Oh, sorry, Ethan Bonner. Ethan Bonner, who's still intriguing potential. And then if Cam Smith develops the way you hope, that's not a bad group.
Yeah.
So, and that's all I got. You got anything else?
No. I think we addressed all of the signings for today. Tomorrow we will be back again. We are going to do a live All Dolphins podcast. You know what? I'm gonna surprise Poupard. No, we said we can't do it at noon. 4:30. I was gonna say put it to the people, put it to a vote, but then we're probably gonna have press conferences at noon. So let's safely put the podcast, a live podcast, allow you to answer your questions, take your shots at me for calling Kendall Fuller, Jordan Fuller. I don't know where Jordan came in.
Kendall Fuller.
Huh?
Will Fuller. No, it's Kendall Fuller.
Yeah, Will Fuller. Oh, that's a great memory right there.
Mm-hmm.
But we will be here. You know how to find our work, alldolphins.com. We've got stories galore, no paywall, no subscription. Everything is free. You know how to find the podcast on all audio platforms under All Dolphins. Hopefully you subscribed. Hopefully you hit the like button the minute you start watching this bad boy, to help our algorithm, help us make money and support ourselves. That's how we do it here. We're family, and we thank you for your continued support, and we will see you tomorrow for the live at 4:30 p.m. All righty.